Welcome to 5 Minute Acting Coach. I'm David and here's your 2-minute guide to theatrical absurdism. Theatrical absurdism is a genre of theatre that was inspired by the artistic and the philosophical absurdist movement that was prevalent in Europe in the first half of the 20th century. And I guess generally speaking, absurdism, as we know it today, was a concept developed by the French philosopher Albert Camus and was inspired in part by the Greek myth of Sisyphus, who was condemned by the gods to push a boulder up a hillside for all eternity, only to see it fall back down to the bottom every single time. Now, Camus reflected on this story as an allegory for the human condition and the endless search for meaning in our lives, but drew from it the key idea that it is the very act of existence and the lengths we go to search for meaning that, in fact, give our lives meaning in the first place. And the absurdism of the title refers not to the idea that life is absurd and thus without meaning, but rather that it's absurd for us to think we have control over our fate as we search for that meaning in our lives. Now, playwrights such as Eugene Ionesco and perhaps most notably Samuel Beckett developed this philosophy into a theatrical form, creating characters who spend the majority of the performance searching for meaning, and in doing so, create a meaningful experience for the audience. An absurdist performance doesn't have to be absurd in the sense that it's ridiculous or anarchic. In fact, it's often a very meticulously structured and multi-layered style. But elements to watch out for can include things like the repetition of image and text and movement or structure. And this echoes the repetition of Sisyphus and his boulder. Characters will often do or say the same things over and over again, perhaps not really learning from them. Now, dialogue without logical meaning is often used, with the same words used to mean or communicate different things, or maybe invented words are used to highlight the futility of verbal communication. And multidisciplinary styles of performance can be used, with elements of classical acting, but also singing and dancing and gymnastics and mime, clowning, stand-up comedy maybe, melodrama, all likely to be thrown into the mix. Theatrical absurdism is often used to comment on the human condition by highlighting the apparent futility or the meaninglessness of a form of behaviour and provoking the audience to subsequently make a change in their own patterns of behaviour as well. It can also be used in a discursive way, developing a particular argument maybe or a point of view. So if you want to create work that asks questions of an audience, of their belief system, of their view of the world, then this is a great style to choose. And lastly, if you're interested in structuring work that doesn't conform to the traditional linear narrative and exploring themes and issues from a visual perspective, then, well, this could be just the genre of theatre that you need. Okay, that was my super fast, super informative 2-minute guide to theatrical absurdism. And if you've got a moment to like and subscribe, that'll do wonders for the channel and get more people into the 5-Minute Acting Coach community. Equally, you can head on over to the website, and I've put the links down below in the description, and there you'll find loads more free acting and theatre resources. Okay, good luck out there, and I'll see you next time.